Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm at the Miami Science Film Festival, and I am with,
Mr. Jeff Carroll.
and he is a local author who, as you can see, has some of his novels right here. And basically, what I'm going to do is interview him. And yeah, I'm sorry for the bad angle if I look kind of cut off. And yeah, so basically, the first question is, what initially inspired you to want to write?
I am a lover of stories and lover of movies, and I think I like to say I'm a real good liar, and I loved entertaining people with my lies. And now I have 79,000 words of lies,
Yeah.
and which we call fiction. And I love the most challenging genre, which is science fiction, and I've always loved it. I saw Star Wars at 10 years old with my father, and I've been in love with letting my mind travel away from the regular rigmaroles of the days in the world that we live in.
Right. And since you've been writing for so long, what inspires you now to want to write books? What keeps you from getting, writer's block and stuff like that?
Well, I think everybody gets writer's block, but I don't get a loss for telling stories.
Okay.
I've got stories I haven't gotten to yet. That's part of the reason why I'm still alive, because I keep thinking of different stories, different twists, merging different stories, and the interest to entertain people, to say something to people. It's like a joke.
Of course.
You get a good joke, you want to tell your joke.
Yeah.
So it's like your story. You think of a good story, it's good to you, but you want to get it out to other people.
Of course.
And that's what pushes me. And also to get better and to get big enough that enough people read the story. I mean, I have 4 books out, but I'm still climbing up the uphill battle to being known.
Of course. So yeah, now, what aside from sci-fi, did you like any other genres?
Well, my second book was a vampire werewolf book.
Yep.
This is my third book. It's called It Happened on Negro Mountain, and this is a horror. It's almost, I like to say, it's like Amityville horror meets The Wire, or New Jack City.
Sadly, I haven't seen any of those.
No,
I'm not gonna lie. Sadly, I haven't seen any The Wire or Amityville. I have wanted to see The Wire. But I don't know. Sadly, I just haven't been able to get around to watch either of those franchises, series. Well, one's a movie series, the other one's a TV series. But but yeah, that's an interesting concept.
And it's it's a basic horror, haunted house horror story.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it is a haunted house horror story.
And and now in my fourth book, the Sci-Fi Streets, is a collection of my short stories.
Anthologies and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I kind of explore as many elements as I can in sci-fi. I have a robot story, I have zombies, I have post-apocalyptic, we have pirates, and I have time travel. Now, I didn't get to fantasy, but I will be exploring fantasy.
Sure.
Revisionist history is in here. And it's kind of, I wanted to see which genre I really would like, and I haven't found one that I don't like yet.
Right.
That's the sad thing. So I like all of
romance.
them.
So yeah, you have a little bit of drama, a little bit of romance. What is there, like Western?
Well, not necessarily Western, but pirates and swashbuckling.
Yeah.
I will do Western. It's very hard to do that sci-fi, but revisionist history,
Yeah.
sure, no problem.
Okay. So yeah, now, how many books have you published thus far?
This is my 4th book.
Okay, it's your latest book, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
my latest book just came out last year, July 2015.
Nice.
My first book is called Gold Digger Killer,
You have it
and
right
that's actually out of print, but
Nice.
it got a publishing deal because I self-published
Yeah.
my first book, and I got a publishing deal for it. So it is coming back out with a new cover, re-edited,
Nice.
little extra things in there, and that comes out at the end of the month, January 30th. So Black Beauty Presents. You want to check that out, and this is
Your third book.
yeah, my third book. It Happened on Negro Mountain. It's by Black Bed Sheets out of California, and that's still in circulation. So that got re-released last year, right along with Sci-Fi Streets.
And then you have The City.
This came out in December. It's called The City. It's a cyber funk anthology, and think of The Matrix. And so what happened was I was invited along with 17 other black science fiction writers, black and Latino science fiction writers, to create a world of our own. And once we created it, one writer volunteered to be the world wizard, the master, and we all submitted our stories, and we, all told different elements of this place called the city.
Okay.
And it's a planet. People live on it, and they don't know that they were snatched out of space to now be residents of the city. And they still bring back parts of their old ways with them. And it's sort of like the Matrix, but it's called the city. My story in here is called A Dreamer's Recall. Yeah, take a look.
So Dreamer's Recall?
Yep, and it's by Milton Davis, who's the owner of MV Media and the founder of the State of Black Science Fiction. And we actually have a convention, our first convention coming up on June 11th in Atlanta. So if you can get to Atlanta, you like black sci-fi, you like diversity, you might want to come check us out. The city will be doing readings of it and signing copies.
So this is your fourth, third, second.
Yes.
And then
well, this is actually I only have a short story. This is like my fifth or sixth. It's not really a book.
Yeah.
Just one little short story. My first two is Gold Digger Killers, my first one. That's coming back out. And then my other book, my second book is called Thug Angel, Rebirth of a Gargoyle. And that's coming back out later this year. Nice. So I got a publishing deal for Gold Digger Killer and Thug Angel. And this one was published by Black Bed Sheets.
Nice. And out of all the 4 books, I guess including the short story you have here, which one do you think you had the most passion in doing, you enjoyed the most in doing?
I enjoyed them all in different ways.
Yes.
I like Freddy and Jason and Michael Myers. So I'm not a spooky fan. I'm not paranormal.
Horror.
But this patterned after Amityville Horror
and The Wire.
And The Wire, which was like a merger.
Yeah.
Was very challenging, and it was fun being scared.
So you liked, when making this one, you liked to challenge yourself, basically.
Yeah, I like the challenge that it presented. What's up, my brother? And excellent. I like the challenge that it presented, but it was not fun being scared every night.
Yeah.
Having nightmares and all that. This was fun because I wrote stories over years, but I would say, if anything, Thug Angel. Probably, my second book was probably the most fun. And then I have 3 other books, manuscripts that I have coming out. And those are a lot of fun as well. But Thug Angel, I got to fight. I got to be a guy that is wholesome.
So in Thug Angel, you based the main character on yourself?
No, more so a supersized version of myself. Okay. There's no way I can be as great as that character. But it's a really nice guy. Even in this book, I say it's Negro Mountain, a place where bad things happen to bad people.
Yeah.
And it's actually a ghost that protects a mountain so well that they have a day called Protector's Day.
Okay.
And the ghost in here is a morally sound place. And if you look it up, if you Google Negro Mountain, it's a real place in West Virginia. Yep. And I stumbled onto it through road managing. And when I road managed a group, we drove them from New York to West Virginia, and we rode past this place called Negro Mountain. So if you Google it, they have been debating over changing the name.
I wonder why.
But the problem is, it's like a lot of things named Black, Negro, they weren't named to be derogatory.
Yeah.
They were named to honor the memory of somebody. So the legend of Negro Mountain is that there was an escaped African who fought with another pioneer to find a place where people could live peacefully without slavery and other harsh elements.
The time, no slavery.
Yep, so they were establishing their own colony, go west, and he died defending the place. So they named it after him. Not after him in essence, but named it Negro in commemoration of him. So it's very hard for them to say, hey, let's change the name because it's being derogatory when they named it to honor a black guy.
Yeah, that is a difficult situation. Did you know it was called, there was such a place called Negro Mountain when you were first making this?
No, I found the place and didn't write a story until like 6 years after. And originally this was written as a screenplay.
Okay.
And I actually started off as a screen writer and filmmaker.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, this is going to be my next movie. You could, because you could do horror. You could do horror real cheap. And I was going to do Negro Mountain, and then I got this big deal. My movie came out. It was Gold Digger Killer was my second movie, and I got burned on the deal. The company Polychrome Pictures went out of business, filed for bankruptcy the very year that my movie came out. So I only received my first royalty payment, which didn't even cover my my guarantee, my basic payment, and it was with Warner Brothers. So I got burned, and I lost kind of my will and my energy to continue doing filmmaking. I got frustrated. It was 2007. The following year, they had the writer's strike, so you couldn't pitch any scripts. So I was like, man, this is too much. And so I started writing, and I wrote Gold Digger Killer into a book, and then I wrote Thug Angel, and then I said, hey, I'm going to write Negro Mountain. And then I've been, sort of on a journey to write some of my screenplays in the books. But books are so free that, I could destroy the planet and not have to worry about a budget. When I'm making a film, I got to worry about, can I afford to shoot that? How many actors can I have? Even if CGI is involved, I don't, that takes time. So with a book, man, I can destroy the world. I can go to another planet. I don't have to worry about anything. And had never written a book before, that was really an eye-opener for me. And I'm actually trying to get back into film, but I still got so many books. I got a zombie story, space opera.
I like zombies. I'll probably.
Oh man, and it's good too. You'll enjoy it.
Wow, I like zombies. Your head's getting bashed in every time.
Yep. So I have a little sample story in here, but I'm actually hoping to do later this year to do a zombie streets and do a collection of all zombie stories told from a hip hop, urban, black, Latino, multicultural perspective.
Like LA.
Yeah, I want to see how Native Americans would tell a zombie story, Asian, not just black, but black, because we don't have one. Where's a black zombie story? Exactly. That's hard to think of. We got black people in zombie stories, but we don't really have one. And there are a few books. There's not even a lot of books. Same thing with a black written post-apocalyptic story.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I can't really think of anything out of that.
And that's amazing. I like Juan of the Dead, the spoof on Shaun of the Dead made in Cuba, but that's it. We have very limited, unless you go to blaxploitation era where you had Sugar Hill and that was zombies. But those are old. That was in black and white, So even in book we don't have a variety, and a lot of black and Latino people write within their culture.
Yeah.
So a lot of black science fiction is written with African warriors. So that dominates the genre. So I like to write horror. I like to write time travel, robots, zombies, vampires, werewolves. I like to do that with a multicultural element to it.
And final question, for these books, where can we get them? For those who want to buy it, where can we get them?
Well, this is available wherever books are sold. It's everywhere. It's Nook, it's iBook. This is Amazon and Kindle.
Okay.
And this is everywhere that books are sold. The city is everywhere that books are sold. And Gold Digger Killer is coming back out. Thug Angel is not available anymore. It will be back out later this year. Both of those will be through the same company, Black Beauty Presents, and they will have it everywhere books are sold. Hopefully, Gold Digger Killer will go back to Walmart because that's where it sold out when it was a movie.
Nice.
So hopefully we'll get back into Walmart.
Nice. And you have your own website?
Yeah, it's easier to catch Jeff Carroll, and that's me, on Facebook because I am an old man, and so I do Facebook very well. You can also catch me on Instagram. I do Instagram, and I have a blog. It's called Hip Hop Comics and Flicks. That's the company. Hip Hop Comics and Flicks, and you'll be able to subscribe to that. You'll be able to keep up with the latest book publishing ideas that I have, and all my books and all my little activities. I'll be blogging about this. You name it.
Of course. Thanks, man.
Nice to meet you, man. It's really a pleasure. Yeah. I hope to, I'm going to subscribe to you, and hopefully you'll be able to check out some of my stuff, man.
Of course. Definitely check out Jeff Carroll's. Great guy, terrific guy. Definitely do check him out. I'm definitely going to be buying one of his books right now.
Oh, man, that's awesome. That's awesome.
No, I just need to decide which one.
Oh, okay. No problem. Any of me, all good.
Yeah. And yeah, definitely do check him out. Again, go on Facebook and Hip Hop
Comics and Flicks
Comics and
blog
Flicks.
site.
Yeah, and check them out. I'll leave the links down in the description below for those who want to check them out. And yeah, thanks again, Jeff. And yeah, that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart. Remember to subscribe, comment down below on your thoughts on Jeff Carroll. Again, definitely do check him out. Tremendous guy. And yeah, maybe check out the movie that you came out again.
Gold Digger Killer. That is not as available anymore, but it should be. Maybe Amazon. I think I'm going to do it on Amazon.
You can find any movie anywhere, let's be honest.
Yep.
Pirate Bay.
Yep. So you can find my movies there.
Yeah, I'll try to find it out and maybe review it sometime in the future.
Okay.
If I can find it, I'd find it anywhere. Because again,
Well, for this interview, I don't know if people are able to always say these things, but I do have a copy of Gold Digger Killer here for you. So if you buy a book, whatever, you get a copy of Gold Digger Killer along with that for doing this interview with me. And I look forward to hearing. But I would say don't watch it until after you read the book.
Yeah.
The book has got a lot more to it.
Okay, so you ready to hear first? Oh yeah, check out the movie, check out the books, all the books, and yeah, again, check them out. And yeah, this is Daniel Mart signing off.
All right.